What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. And the first thing I want to discuss is this Tupac situation. Keef D has been on record ever since Tupac's passing back in the 90s, basically detailing that he and Diddy had something to do with the unaliving of Tupac. They basically said that Diddy paid Keef D and his peoples $1 million to get the job done. And now Tupac's family, they're very perturbed about this situation. And they have retained two powerful lawyers by the name of Alex Spiro and Christopher Clore, and a team of investigators to basically reopen this situation just in case the legal system fails them once again, because we all know that Keef D is locked up because of the Tupac claims. Now, Keef D did an interview back in 2009 talking about the fact that Diddy was responsible for paying them $1 million to get rid of Tupac, but the cops never took the claim serious. They just thought that he was bluffing. But Tupac's family, the rest of his remaining family, as the publication states, that basically they want this whole entire situation vetted through thoroughly, and they're not going to give up. They're on go. Now, Pac's family is hoping that the lawyers and the investigators that they hired are able to uncover some information and evidence so they can bring charges up against Diddy. Now, if for some reason the investigation falls short and they're not able to obtain evidence that ties Diddy to the crime, then they're going to go to option number 2. And option number 2 is that they're going to express all of the legalities possible to see if they can sue Diddy for wrongful death. Now, mind you, there's no statute of limitations when it comes to deleting somebody, so Diddy can still be held responsible and charged with M. All right. Now, what I want to do right here is revisit the conversation that Keef D was having with the cops, where he admitted what the hell went on with Diddy and the transaction and everything. He talks about this in detail. Stay tuned and I'll be right back.
So it's Harrell, you, Puffy, Zip, and a bunch of Southsiders. And what Puffy makes kind of an announcement?
Yeah, that was stupid as hell too, you know.
What did you actually hear? What was the words, if the best you can remember what he says?
He said he'd kill us anything for them dudes there, you know? Yeah.
He'll give you anything for these guys' head?
Yeah, he said it in front of all those people. I couldn't believe it.
How's it go? How's the conversation go? I mean, okay, listen, I'll do it, but I need $500,000, or, you know, I've got somebody who will do it, but I need $300,000. I mean, we need really specific details regarding that.
Yeah, we wanted $1 million.
You tell him we'll do it for $1 million, and he's like, okay, I'll do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
He agrees. You shake on it or something like that.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gentlemen, he like, man, we'll wipe the ass out quick. You know, it's nothing.
Who brought up the amount of $1 million?
He did.
Puffy did?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. $1 million out there. Yeah. Take it for 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So he brought up them $1 million.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and I'm wishing Pac's family the best on their pursuit to finding some justice, not only for Pac, but some peace for them. At the end of the day, they lost a loved one. It's sad that beef had to trickle down into the streets, but it did. Unfortunately, it took Biggie out of here and Pac, two of the pioneers of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this. There's an old saying, never judge a book by its cover. And this is applicable to Diddy, because I never thought that somebody that was dancing behind Big, doing the Harlem Shake, could be the most evilest person within the hip hop realm. He's the wickedest individual, right? And we're thinking the whole time, well, I'm speaking for myself, I'm thinking that Suge is the most dangerous. Nah, it was Diddy. Now, the funny thing about this situation is that Kim Porter was on the verge of telling us how wicked Diddy was, and then mysteriously she passed away. Now, if you guys haven't heard the news, don't worry, I got your back. Someone that was very close to Kim Porter has released some alleged excerpts from Kim Porter's memoir. And within those excerpts, Kim Porter is detailing some very wicked things that transpired within her relationship with Diddy. She talked about being hit with a chair. She also talked about ending up in the hospital with her arm in a sling. And these were just horrific encounters that she had with her baby daddy. Now, I happen to know the individual that is responsible for releasing these excerpts of Kim Porter's memoir, no cap. And for those of you who follow me tight, I've been calling for this person to put this information out for over a year. Now, I do want to do my due diligence and say that I know who is potentially responsible for releasing those excerpts from Kim Porter's memoir. Because at the end of the day, people can put together some things and it may not check out, but I was told by my plug that this particular person is responsible for putting these excerpts out. Now, if you guys can remember, I shared with you all a while back in regards to why the feds were taking so long to indict Diddy. I told you guys that they were doing an investigation about Kim Porter. Now drop down in the comments and tell me that you guys remember that I told you that, because the information came down from my plug. Now, another thing I want you guys to pay close attention to is the fact that Kim Porter's father hadn't been too long come out and said that he felt like he failed his daughter because he was the one that told Kim to give Diddy another chance. I can't go into detail about that, but I want you guys to focus on what I just said about Kim Porter's father. It's definitely applicable to this story involving Kim Porter and the excerpts that were released. Now, over the course of the many years that I've been covering this story involving Kim Porter and Diddy, I've gotten a lot of disrespect in the comments. A lot of people said that I was lying, that Kim Porter was not writing a tell-all book about her relationship with Diddy. Basically, they said that Kim Porter was writing a children's book. So what I want to do right now is I want to get into this so-called children's book that Kim Porter was writing. That's what y'all said. I mean, some of y'all, not all of y'all. Let's get into this book. Sean yelled, "No, so who the blank are they from?" I was bewildered and told him, honestly, I don't know, probably just a fan. He threw the attached card at me and I picked it up and read it. Sean, He put paws on me so hard, I hit the ground. Sean yelled, "Who the blank were you with the other night?" I looked down at the card that was lying on the ground next to me and it read, "The other night was amazing, we must do it again, blank." I tried to explain. Sean, he threw the flowers at me. "That's not how this works. You have my child. You don't touch anyone unless I allow it." I pleaded with him, "Sean, please." He yelled at me, "What?" I'm trying my best to calm him down. He probably didn't know. It didn't come up. You're publicly dating someone else. Now, if she said that he was publicly dating someone else, I'm thinking that he was with J-Lo at the time and still trying to control Kim. That's just my estimation on this. I may be totally wrong. So he screamed at me and it somehow seemed even more intense. "So you didn't tell him to back off?" "Sean, I didn't." And then out of nowhere, he put paws on me and connected with a chair. And I'm paraphrasing here. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast, hanging from a sling. My face hurt. My eyebrow was in immense pain, as was my lip. As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that put me here. "I understand you're angry." I glared at him as I cut him off. "I'm serious, Sean." He spoke blandly with no energy. "And tell them what? You had a car accident? They'll pity you. That you hit your head?" He was going to make me look crazy. They were going to believe him. He was a kingpin. "You're a blanking master." And I'm paraphrasing there. I'm pretty sure that you guys can see what it actually says. Sean spent the next 6 months helping me heal and working his way back into my life and into my bed. I was so damn stupid. And of course, I wasn't cast for either movie. From what I understand, the producer died of pneumonia. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think that a children's book would be a dignified setting to put these type of details within it, all right? But anyway, I want you guys to check out these clips and I'll be back.
Child, 2024 ain't done. Let's talk about it. Baby, from a source called Radar, Diddy's ex accuses him of abuse from beyond the grave. Radar reveals explosive contents of Kim Porter's never-before-seen memoir and said, quote, "He hit me with a chair." So basically, this has been getting talked about for quite some time. There was allegedly, when unfortunately Kim Porter's untimely death, that she had a memoir. And when she was found in her home unalived, she had her laptop. Well, somehow the laptop came up missing. Now, according to word on the street, is that one of her best friends, or real good friends, who was also her stylist, had got a hold of the laptop or whatever, and now she's on the run. Well, honey, it seems like, Kim Porter is Kim Portering, honey, from the grave. So, basically, it's pretty much surfacing of what she talked about. And it says here in that quote, "And then out of nowhere, he hit me with a chair. I don't remember anything after that." Now, baby, this came from a source who wished to remain anonymous. Y'all remember what I just said earlier? So it was given to an informant by someone very close to Kim and Diddy. Like I said, allegedly, if I didn't, I'm saying it now, allegedly, it was supposed to be the person, I guess, was her best friend, but like I said, allegedly she's on the run. So it was given to an informant by someone very close to Kim and Diddy, and was written in the months leading up to her sudden unaliving. That's what the individual had claimed. So it says here, while we have unable to independently verify those claims, the 40-page manuscript, which we have reviewed, is filled with explosive anecdotes about the actress and model's time with the rapper born Sean John Combs. What? Now, the article goes on to talk about, basically in one chapter, where Porter talked about how jealous the rapper was and how she was walking on eggshells, and basically there was one incident where it sent her to the hospital. Now, Porter was only 47 years old when she passed away, and she passed away in her home in Los Angeles shortly before midnight on November 15th, 2018. Now, pay attention. Now, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner listed her manner of unaliving as natural and the cause as pneumonia. And it had marked like some type of inflammation in her lungs. Now, allegedly, there were 2 autopsies done. The first one stated that it was a homicide. After that first medical examiner had did that and came to that conclusion, he was unalive, allegedly. And then the second one came back and said that it was natural causes. Now, everything is stacking up against Diddy, of course, including another one of his exes, of course, with Cassie, with the whole and everything like that. Now, it has been going around and everything ever since Kim Porter's passing that Diddy had something to do with it. I mean, probably I would say about a month or 2 after, it started ringing in everybody's heads like, hold on, something is not right about this. Now, users on social media have even suggested that there may have been a move intended to prevent her from releasing it. Now, that has been the rumor that that's the reason why she was unalive, because she was about to spill all the tea. And quiet as it's kept, allegedly, that's why Andre Harrell, because he was about to come out with a tell-all book too. But that's another story for another day. Now, so basically the release of the memoir, she never finished. Now, the source said that she discussed Diddy's alleged involvement in the unaliving of Tupac Shakur. So basically in the article, Diddy be trying to deny everything, this, that, and the third. Now, I don't know if you all remember, but Kim Porter's father had told Rolling Stone that he was disgusted when by the hotel surveillance that had come out with what Diddy was doing to Cassie. And he stated that it made him wonder, was his daughter suffering from the similar abuse during their 13-year relationship? So I know with this that's coming out now, because first of all, Diddy's old bodyguard, if y'all watch the videos, he talked about it. He said it. Now, I don't know if her father has social media or anything like that, but baby, now that this has come out, he is about to hit the roof.
Well, Jaguar Wright was right again. If you paid attention to any of Jaguar's interviews recently, you would know that she has made a lot of statements and allegations about those closest to Diddy. More specifically, she speaks about Kim Porter and how she was working on her own book, and mysteriously, now she is no longer with us. Jaguar also did mention how a lot of the people closest to Diddy who were working on tell-alls or books or biopics all of a sudden did come down with mysterious illnesses and passed away. Well, now we have some of this leaked information from Kim's book, and let's take a look at what it says. So, allegedly, contents from the late Kim Porter's never-before-seen memoir have finally surfaced. If you remember, she was working on a tell-all before she passed away. There have been a ton of conspiracies around her passing, even those suggesting that it might have had some foul play involved. Well, according to Radar Online, a very close source gave them access to a flash drive that belonged to her. In that flash drive, it contained a 40-page document that had some claims about the diddler. And considering what we've learned over the past few months, now it doesn't seem that far-fetched. One of the chapters details how jealous Diddy would get when it came to Kim. He allegedly hurt her so bad with a chair that she had to be hospitalized. And it all started because he was upset that someone had sent her flowers. It even goes on to say that Kim was shocked and surprised because she thought those flowers were sent from Diddy. It then goes on to say he threw the attached card at her and she picked it up to read it, Sean I, and then he just hit her so hard that she hit the ground. And he yelled, "Who the were you with the other night?" And then by the time she got a chance to actually read the card, it said, "The other night was amazing, we must do it again." This then goes on to say that allegedly Diddy said, "You don't touch anyone unless I allow it." Kim explains that she met with someone to discuss the possibility of her being in a movie. She says that Diddy her with a chair and she blacked out before waking up in a hospital with her arm in a sling and her face bruised. Typical of abusers, allegedly Diddy apologized and promised he would never hurt her again. And what's interesting is that the producer of this alleged movie that she could have been casted for passed away from pneumonia, which is the same thing she passed away from. This is a lot. Let me know your thoughts.
All right, so you guys heard all of that. I told you guys a couple of years ago about Kim storing a lot of information on a flash drive that was stolen. I told you guys that a long time ago. The flash drives were retrieved at the same time when those two laptops were stolen from Kim's house after she passed away. Somebody close to Kim was able to get into the home and get to those laptops, all right? Now, one thing that is interesting, and I just want to piggyback on what the last young lady said, it's mighty funny that the producer of the film that Kim Porter was supposed to be in passed away from pneumonia. So I'm wondering if this producer was a male and if he was responsible for sending Kim Porter those flowers and something sinister happened to him way back then. Maybe he was set up too. And for Kim Porter's fake autopsy to come back stating that she passed away from pneumonia too, I'm wondering if that was some type of get back for Kim Porter dealing with somebody in the past, coupled with the fact that she was writing a tell-all book to expose Diddy. Listen, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that it's factual. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, it could be a coincidence. But I don't think that Kim Porter passed away from pneumonia. Do y'all? Absolutely not. But this is some very explosive information. I'm wondering what Kim Porter's father has to say about this. I feel so sorry for Kim Porter's children, especially her twin daughters. Like, with this information coming out, I know that they are just in a mind state that could be very depressing right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna let this all go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything we discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I get with you guys later. Peace.